Well, there is virtually nobody of substance really from the southeast that did not have the opportunity of interacting with Atiku Abubakar as a very senior custom officer, because he was closely related with many of our businessmen. And whenever you are invited to their homes or to a function organized by any one of them, you will see Atiku in attendance. So I'd met him in the early 80s, mid 80s, but we're not that close. We're just, interacting now and again, not that close. But when we came into the 1999 era, when he became vice president, I was originally of the APP. I was a foundation national secretary of the APP. And when we had some misunderstanding in the leadership of the APP, Shola Saraki and Emeko Ojukwu led the group that I belonged. And to that extent, with the 9 governors of the APP, who were basically supported by Shola Saraki and our good selves, now had a working understanding with the PDP. So when the PDP won election and President Obasanjo, Vice President Atiku, we had some understanding. And that was how both Alhaji Waziri, Mahmoud Waziri, who was the Foundation National Chairman of the APP, and my humble self, Foundation National Secretary of the APP, came into government. And I was put as an advisor to the NSA. Mahmoud was special advisor to the president. Now, it was from that point that we established a relationship, a stronger, closer, brotherly relationship. Now, in 2001, Governor Mbadunuju, the governor of Anambra State, came to Abuja and met with President Obasanjo and pleaded with President Obasanjo that they needed me to join the PDP so as to bring some degree of respect and integrity to bear on the party in the state. President Obasanjo, in turn, called the National Secretary and the Chairman. Obulafo was National Secretary, Audogbe was National Chairman, and said they should go and work out how I would formally join the PDP. And then now directed Governor Mbadunuju to the Vice President to inform him of the same. And the Vice President was very, very happy that he immediately followed up with the Chairman and the National Secretary and became a member of the PDP. Of course, ran for the Senate. The primaries I did in the PDP, I ran unopposed. That was the only time, and the only time up to date, I ran my primaries unopposed. I ran my general election unopposed, up to date. So it was strange to the vice president, who was quite excited about all of this, that my mandate was stolen. My mandate was given to somebody who contested the governorship, who never even bought a form for the Senate. So it happened to a couple of us. In one of the Salah celebrations in 2003, those of us affected traveled to Yola to go visit with the Vice President Atiku Abubakar GCON. And after we had a sumptuous lunch with him and all of that, I told him, this is our dilemma. And we've not been able to see the president to ask questions. And in any case, some of us have been part of this government. And it's shocking that we'll be treated that way. Anyway, he agreed to broker a meeting between the president and ourselves and all of that. And he did, as soon as he came back. He brokered the meeting. And for the first time, told the president, look, I, Chief Benobi, will fight this case. I will go to court. I will make sure that I recover my stolen mandate. Well, the president said, oh, yes, go to court, go to court. Needless to say that I got full support from the Vice President Atiku Abubakar going to court. You know, he encouraged me, supported me, because I had all my facts, everything, all the documents, everything. So it was a very clear case. And that case, of course, that was the first time that a politician went to court to recover his mandate. The first time in our history. I had 33 rulings. I won them all, 33. I had 9 judgments. I won them unanimously, 9 judgments. But as we progressed, and I got into the Senate after 2 years of them, manipulating me from one court to the other, from the magisterial court to the High Court to the Federal High Court to Court of Appeal to Supreme Court. That's what was just. Anyway, I finally got sworn in on the 2nd of February 2005, as against 1st of June 2003. So all that time, I had very serious encouragement from Atiku Abubakar. Atiku is a quintessential pan-Nigerian. He has friends across the country. He does not know a Yoruba man, an Igbo man, a Fulani man, Tiv man. Atiku is just at home with everybody. He mixes freely. And he helped a lot of people across the country to rise in the customs service. He also helped a lot of our businessmen, importers, in the customs. So people ran to him freely. People interacted with him freely. Don't forget the issue of the 53 suitcases was the courageous nature of Atiku at the Murtala Mohammed International Airport. That was when they brought in 53 suitcases of some contraband of some sort, and he impounded them Everybody was worried. Said, oh, where is this 53? Who is behind the 53 suitcases? And fingers were being pointed at the government. But Atiku professionally did his job and impounded those 53 suitcases. It was very historic at that time. And people thought that heavens would fall. No, he stood his ground. And those 53 suitcases were impounded. So as a customs officer, he was very professional. Then he veered into politics. He contested with Abiola and Kingibe in Jos. Right? And everybody had thought that by the political understanding between MK Abiola and Shehu Musa Yar'Adua, that the vice presidential slot was already sealed to go to Atiku Abubakar. But you know, 24 hours in politics is a long time. Unfortunately, it didn't go his way. It went to Kingibe, Babagana Kingibe. But he still supported MKO. When we came to this current dispensation that started in 1998, he contested as the governorship candidate with Boni Haruna as his deputy in Adamawa State. He won election. But because of his track record of being a realistic and practical Democrat, the leadership of the team Obasanjo, you know, the team Obasanjo at that time had those generals that you can refer to as legitimizers. They wanted somebody who was level-headed, who was a calm Democrat, so as to support a military man like Obasanjo to navigate the challenges of that time. And they all settled for Atiku Abubakar. Now, again as a Democrat, he was in fact the field marshal of the anti-third term movement. He was the vice president, he was the arrowhead. And we were the field operators. I don't think anybody can speak of that anti-third term struggle in the Senate. Anybody, I say that with all authority at my disposal. I do not think that anybody can speak authoritatively of the anti-third term movement in the Senate over and beyond my humble self. So it was the Vice President Atiku Abubakar who marshaled the other governors, from James Ibori to Tinubu to Ojikalu to Bafarawa, Kure, and then Co. And then we held a meeting at the Niger State Governor's Lodge, where he himself, Atiku Abubakar, came there physically and addressed us, the National Assembly, both Senate and House of Reps, that we must not allow this to succeed. It will derail our democracy. So when you find the vice president standing behind you firmly, my goodness, I said to myself, from day one that we started that movement, we were sure we had 1/3 number. So all we were doing day by day was a gradual increment in our membership until we were just over and above 2/3 before the final slaying of that third term effort on the 16th of May 2006. So you can see his democratic credentials. You don't have to go far. Well, you see, it's quite an interesting thing because I happen to know, was part of some of the discussions at that time when I said, look, then I agreed that Obasanjo was going to do just one term. So now let us bring in Dr. Alex Ekweme. Then you, Atiku Abubakar, the vice president, will run with Alex Ekweme. After which, you can now go back and run on your own. Discussions went very far. Meetings were held there and yonder. So, because of his nature, my boss cannot come and plead with me, and I will ignore him. Let me let go. The governors were rattled by that decision. They were calling, frantically here, there, and yonder, until he himself was able to persuade them to calm them down one by one. The only person they were unable to reach who went under was Governor James Ibori. The NSA now called me. Jaraguzo said, look, Chief, there's no way you will tell me you don't know where James is. Now, I want James immediately. It was like a command. I now got James and I said, look, the game is up. You just have to show up. Because now I'm the one that, this was what happened. And then they went back, ran together. The rest, they now say, is history. You saw what happened thereafter. And we approached Atiku Abubakar. We have a group, former governors, former senators, former ministers. We normally meet here. We approached him and told him, look, we have been an ally of yours over the years, but now the Southeast is yearning that it is your turn to produce a president of Nigeria, Nigerian president of Southeast extraction, anyway. And he said, okay, fine. He will not be an obstacle to that. And we were having regular meetings with him here in this same living room, sharing ideas with him. And that was why he was the only presidential aspirant who said, look, if the party zoned the office to the Southeast, he will support the Southeast, financially and otherwise.
He says so?
Yes, he said so.
That he will step down his ambition?
That he will support the Southeast. It was very clear. It was not it was quite clear. There was no ambiguity at all about that statement.
Who were around when he said it? On what occasion?
I said he came here and met us. Well, Professor Bisimosu was there, Okwinwood was there, Achiko Denwa was there, Onyema Ogochukwu was there, Dube Moyan was there. We had about 6 meetings with him here. He was the only aspirant who made that statement. I had wished the other aspirants did the same. It will have influenced the zoning committee. However, we've passed that stage now. So, all I'm saying that those of us who are in politics met Atiku with other Igbos before politics. Atiku will normally arrive in Igbo land on the 24th of December to spend Christmas with his Igbo friends. And those ones will invite us for a luncheon. It will be 24th, 25th, 26th, at least on 27th. Annually. It was an annual ritual. So, those of us who are in politics with him today, like I said, met with him and got close to him only recently, so to speak. So he has friends who are opinion molders and opinion leaders in the Southeast. These are people who walk into his bedroom. These are people who walk into his bedroom. He is our in-law. He is married to our sister, Jennifer, with 3 children. Igbos have a saying, Ogonye Buchie, that your in-law is like your God. That's a common Igbo saying. So we cannot now say we don't recognize that aspect. And he has tremendous trust. If he gives, his personal doctor, Azu Ndukwe, has been with him now for how many years? Over 30 years. He's everywhere with him. A man whose personal doctor is from the Southeast. How else can you explain it? In my own case, for the past 4 years, I have been Chairman Board of Trustees, Pro-Chancellor, Chairman Governing Council of the American University of Yola, where he's the founder. Some people were saying, why didn't you leave the PDP when they did not zone the presidency to the Southeast? Oh my goodness. The PDP where I've been special advisor, again and again. PDP where I've been senator. PDP where I've been national secretary. And I'm not used to playing politics of jumping from party to party. I met the founding fathers. I played politics with the founding fathers of the Second Republic. I met the great Zik. I met the Sage Awo. I met Shehu Shagari. I met Ibrahim Waziri. I met Aminu Kano. Met Tunji Braithwaite. There was discipline in political parties. So I'm a product of that. The day I say I am done with the PDP, be rest assured I am done with partisan politics.
Thanks for checking out SYMFONI on YouTube. Please be sure to subscribe and like our videos for updates.